Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, hello. How are y'all doing today? Are you having a good day? Are you having a good night? Good afternoon? Wherever you are? I really hope so. But anyways, today is going to be kind of a different video. I'm going to be doing a story time, which I've done one before on this channel, I believe. So I hope you guys enjoy, and yeah. So today's story time is going to be about the time that me and my friend had actually stopped being friends. I got her permission to talk about this subject because, disclaimer, we are friends again. You'll understand like why we stopped being friends and how we got back to being friends and all that kind of crap. So here we go. Starting from the beginning, we met in 7th grade and we instantly clicked. Like we became friends like right away. And it was really cool because we both were and still are somewhat socially awkward. But we got along very well. We did have the occasional arguments about some stupid crap. But what friendship doesn't have arguments, you know? We've been friends almost 7 years now, excluding the break of when we stopped being friends, because that was only like 4 months, I think. I'm not completely sure, but we stopped being friends for a time period while I was going through some tough stuff in my life, and it was just really hard on the both of us, I think, because she doesn't really know how to deal with other people's emotions. Like she's not that kind of person. Like she's the kind of person who, if you go to her, Sasha, come here. She's like the type of person where if you go to her like bawling her eyes out, she's not gonna know what to do. So when I was going through the thing that I was going through, which we'll get to in a second, she didn't really know how to respond to it, so she kind of didn't really like help, or like she didn't try to help, but like at the same time she did. And so what happened was around junior year, like around the middle of junior year, I think, I was going through a very, very tough time in my life where I was very suicidal and I wanted to, end my own life, and I was not myself whatsoever because my mood would change. I am not a very angry person, but when I was going through this time, I was angry all the time. I started realizing that my moods were changing after I had a very, very horrible anxiety attack sophomore year, I believe. And it was the worst one I had ever experienced. And I believe that's when it all started, because I remember I had that horrible anxiety attack, and then everything just went downhill from there. And when that happened, when I started realizing that I wasn't like myself, I just ignored it, and I was like, oh, it's just, I was diagnosed with depression, so I was like, oh, it's probably just one of my moments, it'll pass. It did not pass. And it came to the point where my friend and I would get into fights constantly about that, because I'd always be like, oh, like, there's like nothing worth living for, this is and that. And yeah, so we just kept fighting. And one day I had a break where I texted her and I was like, hey, listen, I just don't think that we should be friends anymore. You're very controlling, you're very this, you're very that, which honestly is not completely true. She's not, like, controlling. She's just very demanding, like everybody is. She's very demanding, but I get that because of her background. I texted her one night and I was like, I just don't think that we should be friends anymore. You're very controlling. You make me do stuff for you and you don't pay me back, which isn't true because she always manages to pay me back in some way when I do stuff for her. And we just got into this huge argument, and she goes, I'm controlling, this and that. And then we just stopped talking, and I blocked her on everything. And I honestly, during the time period that we weren't friends, it didn't feel any different. Like, it felt like it did with her in my life. Like that, like there was no difference. But anyways, after we stopped being friends, I believe I was sent to a mental health program, which my school had sent me to, because I went to my counselor and I was like, you know what, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have these thoughts anymore. I don't want to act upon them because my mom needs me. Because my mom has gone through enough crap in her life. I didn't want to, like, add on to it, But anyways, nothing was different without her in my life. Like, she had told me the same thing when we started talking again. She's like, oh, nothing was really different. She did tell me though that she saw me she saw me walking past her house one time, I think, or she saw me somewhere, and she's like, oh well, since you hated me, I was gonna roll down the window of the car that I was in and scream out, hey best friend. Which I think is really funny because she does that. She's petty in that way. But, like, she's my friend. So obviously the whole thing was my doing because of what I was going through, which really isn't fair. But, things happen. So when things happen, you just gotta do what you think is right, and even if it doesn't, like, end the way that you want it to, you still gotta do what you gotta do. And so when we started talking again, we were just like, it was kind of awkward at first, for me at least. I don't know about her, but we started talking right away, and she had told me about my ex's now ex-girlfriend, about how she's being petty and how she made him stop talking to her, like how the ex-girlfriend made my ex stop talking to my friend. When me and my friends started being friends again, I really wasn't surprised when she told me about that, to be honest. But anyways, I know this is, like, all over the place. There's really not a lot to tell because it's a very simple and short story. So I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna go on and do my makeup. I'm so sorry. If you want to click away, go ahead and click away. I am so sorry. You know what, I might as well just talk about our friendship since we're friends again, just so that I don't make this into a short, boring video. So that's what I'm gonna do. But like I said in the beginning, we met in 7th grade and we've been friends for almost 7 years now, excluding the break. And we had history class together. I think that was the only class we had together in middle school. I'm not completely sure, but she and I would sit together in history class, and we were like goofballs. We still are. So we would constantly be getting yelled at by our history teacher, and he had to move our seats at one point because we just kept disrupting the class with our giggling. But yeah, and once we hit high school, it was very, very different because she went to a different high school than me. She went to a more sophisticated high school, I guess you could say. But we still managed to hang out and all that kind of crap, and we still managed to have sleepovers, and yeah. We actually started YouTube together, which is fun. We actually have a channel together. It's called Abandonment Weekly. I will have that linked down below if you want to go ahead and check it out. I'm out of ideas for that channel, but I'm thinking I'm going to, like, when I brought back the channel, because I brought it back with a video of mine, and I said that I would be filming my weight loss progress, which I have started to get back on track of that. So I might just go back to doing that. But I'm not completely sure when I'll start up again. But if you're interested, you should go and subscribe to that channel, because, yeah. But anyways, I'm going off track. Her and I, we go to the mall a lot these days, just because there's really nothing else to do. Because I don't like going to her house just because it's so far away, and it takes a while to get there, and it's a lot of money. And frankly, I just don't like leaving my house, to be honest with you, which she knows that. She knows I don't like leaving my house. And she doesn't like coming here just because, you know, she always comes here and she wants to have like a time where she stays at her house for a little while, you know? So we still figure things out. We still make time for each other, so that's good.
I can see the light, but I can also see the bones again. I don't know what else there is today. I'm doing my best not to run away. You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets so lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence, and the dark's all that I see. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You're the night sky hiding behind dark gray clouds. I can't figure you out now. I see your blue. There is so much cold in you, and the silence is so loud when you go. I just stay dancing with my shadow all day. Watch the time. I can't find the point where our two paths align. Right? You're the night sky. I'm trying to see your stars, but I always fear the dark. Now I see violet. I can feel your silence. You always feel so far when your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound. I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky.
I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the tunnel close, it starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I wanna say goodbye.
Anyways, that is all I have for you today. This doesn't look as good as I wanted it to look. I don't know why it sucks as bad as it does, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know that I kind of cut out the story towards the end, which I apologize about. I just wanted to, get it over with so I didn't have to waste any more time. But I hope you guys have an awesome day. I just hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you guys in the next one.